Jumping ship on us. She's leaving. All this work left to do, and Amy's jumping ship on me, and I got to do this by myself.
Okay, pull it out there. You see all that lumber on that deck? I just put it there.
So?
All by myself.
Let me zoom in on it so they can see that there's 9 pieces.
Baloney.
I still got all that work to do, y'all. All right, guys. Fixing to start this thing. We're going to do the ramp first. We're going to get this ramp going. I'm going to show you what we got here. Okay, right here is the little ramp that just leads into the backyard. That's it's shot, it's gone. Fixing to not be done, fixing to redo that. And we're gonna resurface this. It needs to be resurfaced. Everything's good on it. We're gonna put new, these things are full of splinters up here, but this is stout. All right, that took about 15 minutes. Get that off, tore out. Now I'm going to clean that mess up and run the new things down there. So I got all my boards cut, see them? Ready to do the frame for this ramp. I've been done 30 minutes. I could have been finished in the house with a shower. But Amy left to go get t-shirts and she ain't come back yet. And she's been gone long to get there and back twice. I don't know.
There she is.
She's just back. Okay, let me get busy. She got my drill in the van. What is she laughing at? What is she laughing at?
Cut boards and dig that hole.
She stood there and watched me dig a hole. She's talking about I helped dig that hole.
And I watched you chop that lizard still on.
Yeah, I got a lizard. He was under the dirt, didn't see him. Okay, let me get busy. Show you the results. Okay, got this thing framed up. Let's go have a look at it. I had to wait forever for Amy to get back. I'm sweating out here. Okay, I was disrupted, sorry. Okay, check this out. There's the frame for the little ramp. It's not going anywhere. Good and tight. The last one we just pulled out was in there for 13 years. And it didn't, it was just rotting good. So this is a little better grade of wood. It's gonna last a little longer. So anyway, that's that first part. That's the first part of this, the deck resurface. And then next will be that ramp over there.
I did all the work.
I'll snatch it apart tomorrow, check for repairs, see if there's anything that needs to be repaired on it, and then we'll repair it. Yo, it's a Sunday morning. It's 8:30, been up a little while, been up since 6. Had some coffee, and just been sitting here with Amy talking the future about everything. But we're fixing to rip the surface off the deck and the ramp going up into what's going to be Michael's house. And we're excited about our future now a little bit. Yeah, we're a little bit excited about it because she's gonna have a much nicer place for her as far as for a handicap, and so we're going to get that done. Got a beautiful red bird. I hope you guys can see it. Let me zoom in. Oh, there he goes. Oh, flew away. Amy tried to duck and dodge. She hasn't done her hair this morning, and she probably won't do it because she's going to be roughing it out here, tearing this deck off. So, but anyway, we're fixing to get this thing done. So here we go. This one here is not quite as steep as that one, but I mean, and this one here is going to be sturdy. And it was a little, it's almost a foot longer than what it was before. But they built this for steps going in the backyard, and my uncle was like, why don't you build me a ramp there? So I took the steps out and put a ramp here. It was 2 steps there. So let's get this thing done. We'll show you a little bit as we go along. Okay, about 20 minutes to snatch those boards off. And we got them off. So there's what we have. This is how they constructed this. I'm surprised this crap right here lasted 13, 14 years. I'm really surprised. So I'm probably just going to rebuild this whole section. I'm going to snatch these 2x6s right here out and do new ones. So anyway, that's where we are. About 20 minutes it took me to do that. Now I got to go fix the nest. I might, like I said, I'm probably just going to pull these 2x6s out of here and redo them. Put new ones down through here. This is Poppy and Nanny paying for this build. This is not coming out of the donation money you guys have been sending and the fundraisers we've been doing. That's for her bathroom. So Poppy and Nanny's footing the bill for this one. Mom and Dad. Okay, so here we are again. We've got this thing torn out. See, it's torn out, cleaned up. And what we decided to do is we're going to take this down. This whole ramp's coming out. We're going to put steps here. We're going to put 3 steps. The last one lands you right on the deck. We're going to pull this deck apart, resurface it, and that's going to be the ramp for Micah. That's going to be the ramp. And of course, that's the ramp going into the house. And that's gonna be plenty. If that ramp is too steep for her, then I'll extend it. Raise it up on the other end and extend it. I don't think it's gonna be too steep for her, because it's really short and she hits it just right, 2 strokes and she's at the top. So it's only like 10 inches. It's only like 10 inches to get there. So, but we're doing this thing here now. So let me get these steps in. Alrighty, here we are again. Now we've come up to the steps, and we're just about finished with the steps. We still have to put the face plates on them, and then this set of steps will be done. And tomorrow I'm going to do the ramp and the surface here of the deck. And that'll all be done. This will be gone. These things here will be taken out. We had to cut those out right there because it was in the way of putting the top screws down. I couldn't get my drill gun in there. So we just cut them out. They're getting scrapped anyway. All that's coming down. So, buttoned up a couple of things that we had yesterday going on. Like right here, I put in the braces for the steps so they'll stay level and they won't sink down. They won't go this way. They're nice and level both ways. And then we put this border in to hold the flower bed in, hold it back. And so I got it done, secure, got the post buried in the ground, and got it screwed to them. They're good to go. We're gonna put pavers in here, so we're gonna leave this unlevel until we come in here and bust it up and set the pavers in. Now we're fixing to snatch this off and cover the ramp. I think we'll cover the ramp first. Go ahead and get done and give us, but I don't know.
Excuse me.
I might use that to cut with, I don't know. We're fixing to get going on it. As soon as I finish the cigarette, drink some water, we're gonna jump on this thing. And and then we'll be good. Talk to you in a minute. Okay, it's hot out here. Feels good in the shade, but it's hot in the sun. And we got the ramp complete. The ramp's done. So now we take this off. Like I said, that up there has been resurfaced about 3 years ago. We got to tack the nails down, pull the nails out, put the screws where the nails are, and we're going to do that. But this is going to get resurfaced right here today, right now. We're going to end up replacing these posts too. I mean, they're good and sturdy, but they need to be replaced. I mean, everything's going to look new. Steps are on there. That's what it looks like from here. The flower bed. Had it full of flowers, and then I had some ants in there, so I sprayed ant poison on them. And I just sprayed it around the edge, but the flowers around the edge died, and the one in the middle didn't get touched by it, so it lived. I'm fixing to plant that full. I'm gonna make a flower bed beside that rail over there, that border. That's in. That's gonna be a flower bed for her right there. It'll be pretty. Get the dog out of here, Duke. He just tore. Look at the holes under that deck. He tore it up, man. No way. Whatever. I swear to God, you can't even get help. Capable help walk right by you while you're doing it and won't say a word. Just walk right by you, going about their business. Won't even offer to lift a finger. So, well, all my help's gone now. We got a big pile of stuff. Here, that's the ramp and the surface of the deck. So it's been torn off. Everything looks good. We checked out the structure. It's sound. So it's ready for to be resurfaced. I got to pull some nails and clean up the joist so that I can lay the new ones on it. And other than that, she's ready to rock and roll. And we'll get it done. So we can get Micah in the house. I think she'll be able to go up that little ramp there. We'll know. We may not know before this video's out, but we'll know. It's not that steep. It's flush with the ground. Making contact with the ground, and I might have to replace it in 5 years. But I got a buddy that's good welding aluminum stuff. I might get him to build me an aluminum ramp, so we don't have to worry about that again. Alrighty, let me get busy so I can start covering this thing. I'll show you some more. So, it's late in the evening. Still all alone. Trying to get this thing did. That's where I'm at. All alone. A buddy came over for a little bit and helped me rip it off. But he had to go get his grandson. The three in the center are sagging, and you can see it. Let me show you. Back off. I can see it. I'm going to pressure wash this. I'm going to change those rails. I'm going to pressure wash this thing. See if I can't get the outside to look halfway decent. I'm going to try in the morning, put a 4x4 between them, jack up on those three, and see if I can't get brace them up. We'll see how that goes. I'll show you. But this is what it is now. I got the ramp, resurfacing the deck. Got the stairs, gonna put the face on them. As soon as they dry enough to lose a little bit of that water that's in them, I'm gonna put the face on those steps. And those will be done. So I'm going to see how this feels. Feels okay, but there's a little issue. That thing dropped down yesterday when I was screwing it up and I didn't know it. It's like 1/8 of an inch or maybe a little bit more. Might be 3/16 of an inch. The step is below. I checked the square, I mean the level, and it is just a tad out. I mean, it's still inside the bubble, but it's not centered. It's still inside the level lines, but it's not centered. So it'll work till tomorrow morning, and those steps will be okay, just like I don't give a crap. They work good. All right, be done for today. All right, here it is, another morning. I know you guys looking at this video is talking about, it sure is taking an awful long time to do that. Well, I'm working alone. Amy's helped me a little bit moving the scraps out of the way, helping me hold things while I take things down on the old stuff. And she's helping me put boards in place and measuring things for me. And so I've been doing most of this tear out and stuff by myself, and I'm trying to take my time on it. I don't want to hurt it myself. Don't want to pull my back out, because we got a bathroom and a kitchen to redo in this house before Micah gets home. She's coming home on the 20th, and today is the 4th, so we got like around 14-15 days to get done what we got to get done. And we don't even have the place ready. There's still a whole lot of stuff in there in the way. So we're gonna do it room by room and move stuff from one room to the next as we're going through the house, and then keep moving it around. A lot of moving, but whatever. But anyway, I'm going to take the steps loose on the one side that's sagging a little bit. I'm going to take that loose and raise that thing up, bring it back in. It dropped a little bit when I was screwing it in. It dropped just a little bit, and I noticed it, but I didn't think it was enough to worry anything. But I don't like it, so I'm going to change that. But here we are, another morning, and I'm drinking my coffee right now. I'll be out there in just a few minutes. You can see I got half of it covered, and from here, even from here, I can tell that it's sagging a little bit in the middle. Probably has a 1/2 inch drop, maybe just a tad more. I could tell if I put a board across there and measured one of those boards before it gets cut and measured what it was. But if you look on the right hand side of that top step tread, you can see on the left hand side is smooth with the deck. On the right hand side you can see a little bitty lip. That's about less than 1/4 of an inch, but it dropped a little bit, and I have to, those posts almost tore up getting the deck boards out from under them. So that's going to be really quick. We're going to do that. So I'm going to unscrew this side and bring that back up till it's level, and it should be level with the with that tread there. But you can see the little sag right in here, right in the middle. You can see that little sag. So we're going to get that out. We're going to jack that thing up, put some braces up under there, and yeah, we'll be ready. Now this side here, everything's good to go. I can snatch that post off and the steps will be good, but I'm not screwed into the post. I'm actually screwed into the ledger, which is the rim joist of that deck. And we're going to pressure wash that, take the green off of it. We checked it, it's nice and sound. The structure, everything in it's in really good shape. It's, nothing's rotted. And then there's the ramp. It's like right at 5 feet long. And I know that it should, for the proper height, it should be a little bit longer than that. But Micah's a strong girl, and I think she can make that, with a couple of good strokes, she'll be up that thing. And if it has to be longer, like I say, I'll bring it on out into the yard out there. I'll bring it on out, no problem. But like I said, I got a buddy that's a welder, and he's really good welding. I might get him to make me an aluminum ramp and put that thing in there. That'll be permanent. She'll never have to worry about changing that. But we're going to give her the old big old mill house. Well, it's not really big, but we're going to give her that. We're going to fix it up for her. And there's a new roof. The roof shot. So we're going to get it all cleaned up for her and be done. So anyway, let me finish this cup of coffee, and I'll be at it. See you in a minute. All right, time to get started. Feels good out here this morning. It's about 58, 60 degrees. I'm gonna button up a couple of little things, but these rails, I'm not waiting on Amy to tell me it's a good thing to go ahead and replace them, because you can see what happened to them trying to get the nails out from under them. So I'm gonna have to take these. I'm gonna take these posts off and do that really soon. Once she gets home, probably the next week. But we got so much work to do. I don't have time. I'm gonna redo the whole rail system. So let me get this. Let me get this step. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Right here. It's not quite a quarter of an inch. Starts right in here. Over here is perfect. Come across and it dropped. And when I screwed that thing down, when I screwed it, I seen it drop just a little bit, but I didn't think it was that much. But when I put that new decking on there, I'm like, yeah, that needs to be done. So I got to fix that. All right, let me go ahead and get that done. It's gonna take just a few minutes. I'll be back. Okay, we've had about 15 minutes lapse since I last spoke to you. And we got I took the treads off the top step and brought the sides up to match the deck. I brought it up level. If you look right there, there's still just a little bit, probably 16th, maybe an 1/8. But let me get right here and look at that level. She's almost as close as you can get, so it's not the steps now. The steps were off. They were off about a quarter of an inch. I brought it up level. Treads, I mean the stringers, I brought those up level, and then I put the treads back on there. After I put some more bracing under there, and after I'd done all that, it's still a little high. So that's got to be the decking itself. So, but now I'm fixing to get my 4x4s ready to get a jack up under this thing, and we're fixing to jack the middle of this baby up, and then put a brace up under there. So anyway, let me get the 4x4 ready and the jack and everything, and I'll show you a little video as we go along. Waiting on my buddy to get here. He's gonna help me a little bit jack this thing up. All right, we'll talk to you a little bit. We'll show you what's happening. Okay, got my 4x4 right here. That's gonna go in the ground to brace this up. These three here, that one, and that one. I got my 4x4 into the bottom that we're gonna run across them at the 4-foot mark, which is right here. There's the hole. I'm fixing to pour the dry cement in, and we're gonna set that post right on top of it. It's gonna go right up under the 4x4 that's going across. So as soon as my buddy gets here, we'll get that. Starting to sweat a little bit now. Feels good out here, except it's a little humid. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit down for a second and take a little break. Look at this pile. That's all the ramp and the old deck boards that came out.
That's sorry as hell now, man.
Okay, so now we've got this in here. We got the brace in there. The only three that were crowned wrong, and you can see on them that they put the crown down. Mm-hmm. And if you know how to look at the wood, you can see the way the grain runs. Yep. And it's got like a little slope to it. And if anybody's watching this and you know carpentry, you know how to turn your crown up. Well, they didn't, and it went down. So we jacked it up as high as we could before it started actually moving the whole deck. And so that's as much as that crown we can get out. But we had to beat that in there up under it. And we got it toe nailed. It's not going anywhere. And I'm probably going to toe nail the 3 joists to it once I square them up. And then we'll be able to finish running these things. And I picked my hole pattern on the very first one so that I can run them that were not falling in the same screw holes, the same nail holes. Yep. I'm falling either in between here or in between here, but I'm not falling in the same hole. So, and now it's going to be hard down here because they had them laid up in there. Same way on the other rim joist. There, they had them later, so I might end up hitting some cracks over there. I'm actually coming off to the edge, and I'm going in the angle with my screws. So we're fixing to tack that one down, and I'm going to measure the rest to see if we're going to end up with a short piece. They had the short piece on the very edge, up under the rails. I don't want it there. I want it in the middle, which is going to be right up next to that, and then we can run up next to that. So the little whatever's going to be left over short piece will go in the middle. Be the last one we cut. So we're going to get this thing did. We'll be back. All right, we're done with this project. This I got. So I let those these things lose size. We were 1/4 of an inch yesterday from being able to put the face on these steps. I let them sit in the sun and dry all day until this evening. I just stuck them in there. So steps are done. Got this border up. Got my other board here for that border. Going down this side. I'll do that in the morning. And here's the finished deck, resurfaced. We jacked it. It's no longer. We jacked it up. Put that beam in there, and you've seen that. We braced it with that 4x4, toe-nailed everything. All 3 joists right here that were affected. All 3 of these joists are toe-nailed to that 4x4 that's holding them up. And the next thing is to take these posts out. And now they're not fastened to anything but the rim joist, and they will not affect anything pulling them off. And I'll just cut the next ones and put them back up the same way, just because that's what it is. The ramp, steps, and you've seen what it looked like to start with. I don't think we did too bad. Let me give you guys a little pointer. But use number 8s if you're using decking boards, because they didn't have any at Lowe's when we went to get this stuff yesterday, no, Sunday. And so I had to opt for number 10s. And number 10s are just too big for the deck boards. And I knew that, but I had to try to back away from the edge a little bit to be able to use them. And I did that. I'm far enough away on most of it, but if you'll notice that screw right there, it split the board. This one here split the board, that one split the board, that one's trying to split the board, and when it dries it may finish cracking on out. That's trying to split the board there, that one's trying to split the board. Several of them split the board. And like this one right here, that step tread right there, split that board. And I'll be replacing that step tread 6 months from now. And on the same one, on this edge, it did the same thing on that same board. So I'll be replacing those in about 6 months, because it'll run on out and it'll just get loose. Hope you enjoyed the build. Hope we showed something that was helpful. If not, maybe you just enjoyed us. You get to see us working. I want to thank you, Donnie, for helping me. Thank Amy for helping me. Donnie's an old friend, and we really appreciate him. So, got all the scraps right there. And Amy said that those are not scraps. Those are flower boxes. So, that's what they are. But there it is in the hole. Micah, there's your little deck. So, but that's it. That's it for this build. And we hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. And much love to you. #Micah Strong for this one. Later.